disasters or snow or inclement weather, there's no reason why places are still unplowed. Places are stuck. People are fighting over parking spaces. Yes, it's that deep. Then to watch the county executive, Aisha Braveboy, laugh, sing, and say people need to stay at home is very tone deaf. I work in communication and comms, and I feel like that optic wise was horrible to even post. A lot of the Prince George's County representatives don't understand that you have to move outside of your bubble. You have to understand that people, not everybody works from home. Some people are essential workers and have to get around. Some people are older, or just in general, people have doctor's appointments and things and places to go. Some people have probably ran out of food because they have families to feed. And then some people have to take their kids to daycare, or some people have to go to the doctor's appointment. People have to move around. Yes, snow and weather happens, but people still have to resume their lives as normal. And as tax-paying people and people that have elected and put you all in office, the least you all can do is create better plans, better systems, better ways so that we can move efficiently when things like this happen. It just makes me so mad because a lot of Prince George's County politicians, not all, a lot of them use these council seats and positions to get to the next level. They want to be in White House. They want to be in Congress. It's like, y'all don't actually care about the people. I sometimes sit there and be like, have y'all went to Landover? Like, have y'all went to Forestville and seen these areas? Like, do y'all really be seeing like the conditions of these areas? Like, snow aside. And I'm really upset because I want this county to thrive. I want Maryland as a whole to thrive, but I really want Prince George's County to thrive. And I don't see that happening with this type of leadership. Y'all can't put a plan together to plow out snow and ice and put salt melt on there, make sure that every resident has it. It's the least we could do. The point of paying taxes is to help better the area. I just came to this realization like as an adult, and when
all right, so I mean, y'all got any thoughts or any I guess what may y'all have seen, I guess, throughout the week, being of course, because I'm sure if you live in the DMV area, and it probably depends on the area you actually live in, the way these roads are not clean. Some of them are super clean. Like y'all neighborhood, super clean. Parking lot, super clean. But it's a lot of
a lot of these what's name got HOAs and who you hiring to do the stuff. Like that's not the county fault. That's it's you know who you is elected for that, or who you got the companies you using. Everybody's not under the county stuff.
Yeah, and I guess and the reason why I tied that into gentrification,
like just for me, like even on my route, it's like one side is College Park or whatever, but then the other side is you know their own little what's name, and that shit is a hot mess over there. So and that's why I say I think it just all depends on your area that you in. So you can't blame it all on PG. You got to blame it on, like I said, whatever your area, whoever your HOA or whoever y'all hired, that's on them.
And the reason why, again, like I said, the reason why I tied it into gentrification is because most black people, just even saying like what Marcus just said about the politics shit, that's how most people feel about just 90% of shit that just don't got nothing to do. It physically affect what's going on in their house where they lay their head at. But the difference between black people and white people is white motherfuckers gonna keep making them phone calls, and that's why I want to play a couple of different videos, because it's a difference between like when them white people get in front of them cameras or all the like the different areas, you seen that they complain one day, the next day, because it's again, I'll play the young, I ain't gonna lie to you. What's her name? Alexis, I know her last name right. I know she got like something in the middle of it, but she was going back and forth in Clinton all week, and I played a couple of her clips, and she was literally like, it was this older lady that and again, I know this story because I'm following this girl, and she went to this lady in Clinton. She was like, damn, I hope they come and clean our junk because I got to take my husband to dialysis. I believe she had to go there like on Tuesday or something, and they went back, and the lady couldn't even get down her street. Her street was fucked. She lived in Clinton. Clinton is a good area for just like if you are old, fuck older, period. Most people will feel good. Clinton is a good area to live in. And let's be clear, I do think realistically you have to judge your area off of these type of times, because of course when shit ain't bad, it's easy to see and say, oh yeah, my area is super perfect, this, that, and the third, it's a good quiet neighborhood. But yeah, but what about when shit like this happen? Because then you kind of really get to see what you paying for.
You're right.
Because when them white motherfuckers got on camera, like I'm gonna play, and it's the same girl and the same on the same Instagram channel. But when they went out in VA or they went in the different parts of Northwest, man, the white people wasn't playing with them. They complained, and guess what you seen? Why the first time they came and complained, the next time that camera crew came back there, you seen bobcats through that motherfucker picking that goddamn snow and moving that shit. Because them people not gonna stop playing. They gonna hit you with that. Hey, hello, Mrs. Bauer or Mayor Bauer. They gonna put that motherfucking corporate American white voice on, and they gonna apply pressure. They gonna keep calling until they see some of black people too cool. I ain't gotta go out the house. I'm whatever. I get in the Lyft. I get in the Uber. You don't complain. You play it too cool. You don't give a fuck. So then guess what? Your street just gonna completely just look fucked up. Until somebody fall, until somebody get hurt, until the shit get worse, then you lose a parking space, and then that's when the shit gets super violent. And I play them clips because in Baltimore got super violent. Where we go?
I just wanted to make a little bit more sense of this thing and kind of address people's emotions behind the whole comment of the chairs being or not being allowed to be in the streets. It's bigger than the chairs, and people are not. Yes, we shoveled out the snow. We're middle-class family in Northwest Baltimore. We work, we raise our children, we doing our part. But the problem wasn't even about the snow as much as it was about the compiling of issues that we as citizens, tax-paying citizens in Baltimore are facing with the high utility bills, the increased fees and less services that we feel as taxpayers. It's compiling. So for one to say, you just not going to be able to block your spot, it wasn't even about the spot. It demonstrated the lack of connectivity that one has to the people that you say you represent and how connected you really are to the machine that has pushed you. That was a disconnected statement for one to make who comes from Park Heights. We know you. You know what this is. Why are we acting brand new about this? And then to add insult to injury, these are the same ones, the same people that you say you represent us, that are paying the increased taxes, increased fees. We expect not to have this issue. We expect not to be pressed like this. It's bigger than a chair. It's the continuation of constant fees and us being beat down and looking at our bank accounts and saying, why did we vote this way? It's bigger than that, and people are tired. People are tired. It's bigger than a chair, and they're frustrated. I wanted to kind of bring that into perspective because some of the anger is a little displaced because we really aren't dealing with the root of it. Yeah. We have constant legislation that has continuously beat down the constituents that are funding these people being in this place. And yes, we do demand more because we're paying more.
And just real quick before I play any more clips, I do want to sit here and kind of, of course, I'm sure it's a little bit that the snow is probably a little bit harder now because it ain't even really snow. It's just ice. But what I'm just sitting here saying is where I kind of want to challenge men who may be listening right now. And I get it. Let me say some people you may be busy and you had to go work, but I'm sure a lot of people had those a day or two off where don't be just sitting here just cleaning your spot. Especially if you live on a street like that, because that lady I just played and they was on a one-way jump and you know that niggas kind of get like it's already super crazy with parking in your area normally on the regular. Because let's be clear, for the people who having these fights about some of these parking spaces, y'all should probably already be super tight in the first place. So if it was no snow or anything, so all I would sit here and just recommend is, dog, it may take you another hour, but why not just clean out 2 spots instead of trying to be a dickhead and just do 1? Even when you sit here talking about the streets, like if you live in a townhouse and you sitting here just only clear out your one jump, why not help clear your neighbor's path a little bit so they may help go clear the other neighbor path a little bit? Because now you sit here saying, oh, just your part clean, but then cool. But what if you got to walk down you got kids and that's why, though, if you look at some of these neighborhoods close to these schools and I seen the lady when they say here, I guess by the time y'all hear this now, but I'm just speaking on like for Monday, the lady for PG County basically was like, it's a 2-hour delay, but if the parents be to your own be to your own like judgment, if you sit here and see that some of these kids ain't gonna have nowhere to walk to school because some of them, it ain't no pathway. How the fuck a lot of kids in some of these areas, they live in the neighborhood, but if you sitting here saying there ain't nowhere for them to walk, how the fuck are they gonna get to school?
The buses can't even get down.
They should have just canceled the schools.
To me personally, they should have never stopped virtual learning. That should be something that they should be doing right now. Virtual learning until stuff is clear up. It's not safe out there.
Cause that's crazy. Like you talking, if you don't have nothing, if the kids don't have, if you know for a fact these kids, and I mean it's cool that she said if your parents want to keep the kids home, but I don't even think you should even give some of these parents that option because let's be clear, it should be mandatory because let's be clear, there's a lot of bad parents and there's a lot of parents who tired of their kids being in the house. So guess what they gonna do? Have their kid walking on these fucking streets where these streets, let's be clear, the streets ain't even clear where 2 cars can go down. It's 2 minutes, even on Central Avenue. Though that Central Avenue is supposed to be, I think like 4 fucking lanes on most of the parts of Central Avenue. That shit is 2 lanes. Like I'm like, why the fuck is there so much traffic on Central Avenue? Because the lanes, they don't got the turning lanes open. They don't have none of the stuff. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? So for all, again, with like I said, with all of that being said, is like just sometimes you got to use your, and I think of course, especially for black people in the black community, we have got so far out of it not being a community. All people care about is just, again, what's going on in my house. So yeah, I cleaned out my parking space, but I ain't cleaned out nobody else's parking space. And if you know, because that's the crazy thing, you see how, and that's the shit that kind of really will piss you off if you pay attention to like how many cars just sitting there on the side of the road piled up because niggas ain't damn. So you get rid of this fucking car, you don't drive it, obviously. If you can leave your car just sitting somewhere for a whole fucking week, obviously you don't drive it. Man, you taking up people's parking spaces. And that's again, that's just little shit that I'm paying attention to when I'm just out moving around and I'm just like, damn. But again, it's a lot of areas like you could pay attention to the areas like even when that girl at the end of her video, like, and again, that's why I don't be trying to sit here and say certain areas, but bro, it's certain parts of that little Capitol Heights was coming off of Benning Roads, bro, that shit look crazy.
A lot of places look crazy.
Like that shit to just be like, damn, like that shit to me is just so fucking like, it's, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My hat's off. If you sit here can look at some of this stuff and you can go and don't feel some type of way and don't feel like you should call somebody, or again, when we talk about politics, and that's why I sit here and say that shit is important because guess what? Listen to what these people saying. People voted for these people. Like this Prince George's County person, and when the midterms or whatever come up and it's time to go vote for it, and this is the fucked up part for whoever when the election season about to start back up in November, especially for some of these small seats like city council and stuff like that. They people gonna remember this snow shit. And there's no way in hell you think you about to win again and you didn't sit here, because that is politics. And that's why I sit here and say, you can't sit here and say, oh, I don't give a fuck about politics, bro. Niggas is too grown not to give a fuck, because this is the shit people got to vote for. You got to vote for your council people. You got to vote for all of these other things that sit here and matter about the roads that we drive on. So we can't sit here and complain about, damn, the road's fucked up. Or it's traffic because it's only 2 lanes. But them niggas be saying, well, I don't even know who I'm supposed to go vote for. They telling, and every complaint that people are complaining, if you listening to who they complaining to, they telling you who to fucking vote out next year. When it's time to vote again, they telling you off the rip, hey, this person such and such ain't doing their job. Because I follow this young lady, Alexis, I know who that dark-skinned council lady is. I know her from the field, from the what's the fucking the little dome, the Sophia or whatever they call it, that dome they about to build in the stadium, and now about the snow shit. So I already know, guess what niggas is not going to do? If she go get somebody else black, they're going to get her the fuck about it. I promise you. She can pack her bags already. She might as well not even waste her time or money. Niggas is not going to vote for her again. They mad about you putting up this shit by the MGM, and they really going to be pissed about these streets. So somebody come off the rip in their campaign. If I was running for council against her, my first campaign would be to remind y'all how fucked up these streets was. Like I would literally, my whole campaign would be taking pictures of how fucked up y'all streets is, and I would just remind y'all when it's time to go vote. In case you may forget around November when it's time to vote, I'm gonna remind y'all how fucked up these streets was and how mad y'all was when you was fighting niggas for a parking space.